What did he get wrong about the historical context of those Hamas attacks?
First, Julia, unfortunately, Israelis are so used to this deep bias at the United Nations against our country. This is nothing new. It is very unfortunate that we have no expectations from a body that allows Iran to chair its annual meeting of the UN Human Rights Council. That will happen November 2nd, by the way. So the expectations are very low. The reason why the Israeli ambassador to the United Nations, Gilad Erdan, called on the Secretary General to resign was following his very outrageous statement that alluded to some sort of moral equivalency between the actions of Israel and Hamas. And he said that the October 7th massacre, here in his words, did not happen in a vacuum. Now, can you imagine a UN Secretary General saying that the kidnapping of 300 schoolgirls in Nigeria by Boko Haram didn't happen in a vacuum? He is right in a sense that it didn't happen in a vacuum, but rather in the context of a prevalent murderous ideology that calls for the destruction of the state of Israel and the murdering of Jews. Unfortunately, we saw the manifestation of this ideology on October 7th.
Well, indeed. I mean, we certainly did, and it is a murderous ideology. The moral equivalence that's been given in terms of the treatment of the Israeli government and Hamas has, I think, shocked quite a lot of people. I mean, certainly in this country. What level of response, though, by Israel is going to be justifiable? Because look, I can see a moral difference between deliberately targeting, you're not like, going, let's bomb a nursery. That's clearly morally wrong and a war crime. Let's bomb a military outpost, we think, which is next door to a nursery, when we know that children in that nursery are going to die, just for instance. That is, in international law, a different issue, but the same outcome in terms of children dying. And we know that children are dying. We can't trust all of the figures coming out from the Hamas-controlled hospitals in Gaza, but we know that innocent people are dying in large numbers. Where does Israel draw the line in terms of proportionality and in terms of the right of self-defense?
So proportionality, according to common sense and according to international law, means achieving a legitimate, defined, precise military objective. And our military objective, as we defined it as a nation, is that we can no longer live next to an existential genocidal threat called Hamas. So the governing bodies of Hamas, their military wing, it must be gone. We can no longer live next to this monster. We are not going to go back to October 6th.